The Yanks decide to walk Morgan intentionally and pitch to one of the game's toughest RBI men, Tony Perez. They say he can drive a run in from the clubhouse. And there it is. Here comes the winning run. 3 straight playoff games, 2 straight series games. Munson tells it all for the Yankees. While the Cincinnati Reds tell the world, we're still Reds hot. The Reds head for the clubhouse a happy bunch. The Yankees have only one thing to be happy about, that they're leaving the Reds country behind. They'll be going home, back home to the Bronx. The fans are back. And after a 12-year drought, the World Series is back home in the house that Ruth built and the city of New York rebuilt. Yankee Stadium, now hosting its 30th World Series in 55 years. Some things have changed, but much still remains. Monuments of past glories and some faces of past glories. Scooter Phil Rizzuto, Monty Irvin of the New York Giants, Yogi Berra and Lefty Gomez. One thing that's new is the scoreboard, where a ball player can see what he did or didn't do a moment before. The Yankees would like to see themselves get back into this series, and they're hoping that man, Doc Ellis, a 17-game winner and a former National Leaguer, can help them stem the red tide. And a living monument, the Yankee Clipper, Joe DiMaggio, is the man to throw out the first ball.
Ken Griffey with Pete Rose at first base. Griffey is 0 for 8. Strike one.
One thing, Joe, the Yankee pitchers have had problem all year holding runners on first base, which makes it tough for Munson, especially with a club like this.
They like to run. Rose was 9 for 14 in stolen bases. Doesn't run much. He's got the great line that he uses. He said, I don't steal on pitchers. I steal on outfielders, which means that he takes the extra base, and that he does, and does well. Chambliss will have to take the play himself. He does, and Rose goes into second base.
Might have had a chance to get the lead runner, and Pete Rose. Chris decided to go for the out at first base, the sure out. Get a chance to see Rose, the jump from our left center field camera. Right there, Chambliss might have had a chance. You can see Stanley waving inside target. He wanted the ball.
You're right, Tony, but that's where you got to throw it, and Chambliss has hit a few runners, so he wanted to make that one out sure.
It's a great lesson for the young ball player, too, in Pete Rose's slide. He takes nothing for granted. Here is Joe Morgan. Morgan is 3 for 8 in the series. Ball. 2 balls, no strikes. 3-0. And you would think that they're pitching around him with first base open, but Doc better be careful on his 3-0 pitch, because Sparky Anderson, he's got him hitting from the time they get off the bus.
Happy he looks.
Play like he does, you'd be happy all the time. 3-0. Chambliss will take it. He does. There it is.
He must have a good sinker right off the bat. He got Griffey to beat one in the dirt, and now Morgan. And Morgan's the kind of hitter who can lift the ball. He doesn't hit too many ground balls.
I gotta believe he's got extra stuff, Tony, because Joe has that good discipline. 3-0, he was really shooting a cripple. You would think it would really be down his alley before he would swing at the ball. But that ball must have done something at the last minute. 2 away, Tony Perez. Popped up. Willie Randolph is taking charge, waving everybody off. Makes the play. That ends the inning. We go to the bottom half of the first. Cincinnati nothing. Yankees coming to bat.
It's almost staggering to think of how important this is, how important it is to me. This is the biggest thing I've ever done in my life. I'm just really happy and thrilled to get an opportunity to be here.
That's Zachry, and once again, Pete Rose has moved in very tight at third base. He's been able to take the bat right out of Mickey Rivers' hand. He's looking down his nostril. Bill, he's got him pulling the ball, which is exactly what he wants him to do.
You're right, Joe, but at least Mickey had a good cut at that one. In Cincinnati, in both games, Rose did take the bat out of his hands because he was looking at Rose and trying to punch the ball that way. I think he's in closer here at the stadium than he was in Cincinnati.
He challenged him. Dropped the ball. Safe.
I tell you what, Rivers makes things happen. The ball was not a good bunt, but when Mickey's running, they get rid of it a little quicker than they normally would. Zachry got off the mound well here, Joe.
You can almost hear Rose say, a lot of time, but when he picked it up and took a look, Perez might have been blocked out of the play. It either hit Rivers or he was blocked on it. Here it is. Off-balance throw. He forced a mistake. This is what the Yankees have been waiting for. Get Rivers on to start off an inning.
Now Mickey Rivers and the packed house at Yankee Stadium are anxious to get something going in the first. Rookie Pat Zachry is the starter. He warns Pete Rose to look for the bunt. Rose is in tight. Rivers checks him. Still checking him. Rivers bunts. Zachry makes the play in time, but Rivers jars the ball loose, and this is what the Yankees have been looking for. Something to light the fuse.
Well, they haven't decided whether to give him a hit or an error on that yet.
The throw went right into the runner. They're going to give him an error. Rivers, a good lead on the split screen. Roy White, the batter. There's an error on the pitcher, Zachry. Rivers is on.
9 out of 10 times, Joe, when Rivers gets on, the Yankees score.
Good guy to be batting behind him, especially left-handed. He gives him a little protection. The catcher has to throw over the top, and he's patient. He can take pitches and let Rivers get a good shot at him.
Rivers has an outstanding stolen base percentage, 43 out of 50. They did.
They did. The Reds think that by watching films, they have discovered something about Rivers. You can see him on the move. They feel that when he takes his hands off his knees, it's a sign he might be going. When his hands are on his knees and he's going back, he's not going to make a move. Look at that. Caught right between steps, Phil.
Beautiful throw there, too. Oh, they had him dead.
Boy, he was really in no-man country. He couldn't even make a U-turn there. He was definitely out.
Whoops. Picked him off. No, it's only one out. The big crowd is silent because they came to see Rivers move on a base pass.
Popped up. Johnny Bench is calling Pete Rose. And that's a smart play. Let the infielder with that glove rather than as a catcher with that big pillow handle it. Infielder's coming in.
I think those catchers don't have it made, Phil. The ball goes up and they start pointing at the infielders. Typical tear shoulder trick.
Listen, a lot of times I almost caught those.
Almost, only 2 steps in front of home plate.
I know it. I forget myself and I try to get them. Here is Thurman Munson. He's got a regular ritual at home plate. Pitches the glove, the cap. A good hitter. Up the middle, base hit for Thurman Munson. He just stroked that ball, Phil.
I don't even think it was a strike, Tony. It looked like it was below the knees.
An amazing guy, both as we look at Billy and Sparky Anderson. Munson and, of course, Morgan both driving in 100 runs, and neither strikes out very much.
Brings up Chris Chambliss. Chambliss is 3 for 7. He is a solid hitter. He hit the dramatic home run. You saw in our opening the reaction of the Yankee fans as they just jumped all over this field at Yankee Stadium. And the ground crew certainly deserves a tip of the hat. The field looks beautiful. Ball 1. 2 balls and no strikes. There you saw it, man. Power against power. That good fastball pitcher against the good fastball hitter. Spots like that, you just don't go to thinking, you go to throwing. Three and one. 3 balls, 1 strike. Chambliss the hitter, Zachry on the mound. Munson's at first. Dick Hauser going through the signs. And if he gives him a take sign, Chambliss would faint.
Oh, no way. Chris doesn't strike out that much.
He had 17 home runs on the year. Out of play. Full count, 3 and 2.
Now Billy's going out and arguing. And, you know, Zachry sometimes comes to a stop, Tony, at the belt, and sometimes he doesn't. I think
Martin, that's what he's arguing. And you could read the lips. He told Elson Howard, you just shut up. And what Martin is claiming, that he's not taking a full second to stop.
That's why he's tough to steal on. He's got that good move to first, but then when he comes down, he doesn't hesitate. No way he can get a jump on him.
Simple. When he comes stop, one time, another time he just comes and hits and goes right through. He's got to do one or the other. One's a ball.
I want to just say one thing.
Yeah, yeah.
This we allow. It is not a balk for us.
Why?
I think it's a... All he has to
Billy
do
is
is stop.
deceiving the runner. He's deceiving the
not
runner.
deceiving
The hell
anybody.
he isn't.
Who's he deceiving?
My runners, they're going to go on one or the other. They're going to go when he comes to a stop or he breaks halfway.
He's all right.
You mean you're going to allow that?
I'm going to allow it.
You're going to allow the break in his knee, too, when he throws to first base? Is that a balk?
As far as we're concerned,
All right.
no.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
All right.
3-2. 2 outs. Munson takes off. Struck him out. High fastball may have chased the bad ball. That completes the inning. At the end of 1, Cincinnati nothing, New York nothing.
That right field corner used to be 296 down there, moved back to 310, but a little bit farther to the left is the attractive spot. Yogi had a lot of balls in there. Roger Maris.
Ball 1. Dreesen is 2 for 8. Off the glove, Randolph will have a play. High, safe. Randolph's throw was high. I believe he would have had him.
Another example of the Reds and how they utilize their speed to put pressures on defense. Ball just tapped a little bit by Doc Ellis. Randolph may have taken a little too much time. Dreesen has excellent speed. No, he didn't. He got rid of the ball fast. He just let it go too hard. He got the pressure put on him. He'd have had Dreesen.
Look at that stride. Did you see the stride on Dreesen?
He's got sprinter speed, that guy.
He got 5-6 feet from the bag, and he leaped at it. What a stride that was.
He gave him a base hit on that, Joe.
He gets nothing but infield hits, it seems like, and a lot of them. He's 14 for 15. As many as you think he gets nothing but infield hits, he'll pull a fence in for you. There he goes. They're going to have trouble getting him. Munson can't handle the ball. Take a look at the stride as we replay it. He gets near the bag. He sees base hit. And look at here, guys.
Put him in the running broad jump.
I'll say one thing. Foster did a good job on that last pitch, the steal by Dreesen, because he kept that bat in front of Munson's face and blocked his view, and the ball popped out of his glove.
What they try to do is keep Munson back. There's the strike. Munson's an aggressive catcher, likes to move forward, and you put that bat back in his nose, and he can't move in there. Patek says the Kansas City club did that, Phil.
That's right. Thurman is so different from Johnny Bench. Johnny will get set and throw. Thurman's like a shortstop or a second baseman on a double play.
We have no score. Cincinnati threatening. Infield hit by Dreesen. There you see him, a stolen base. Foul back.
Tony, for a power hitter, he was trying to shoot to right field that
He
time.
sure was. Sparky Anderson has been playing solid, fundamental baseball. You take at least one shot there, I don't care who you are.
Right center field, way back. Gamble giving the chase. He won't get it. It bounces into the bleachers, back out. It'll be a 2-base hit. It hit the back wall. Dreesen, of course, scores easily. Cincinnati leads 1-0.
No, you haven't had a chance to see this ball club as much as we have this year, but now there's an example. Foster, a lot of people say, will be the MVP in the National League. 2 strikes, no balls. He shot the opposite way with power.
Oh, unbelievable for a right-hand batter. It did hit the back wall and bounce back in, but that showed me something there.
1-0 Cincinnati. Here is Johnny Bench. Goes to right field. Chambliss can't get it. Randolph to Ellis, not in time. Foster takes third. Nice play by Randolph.
I think Ellis was a little late covering as we look at it again.
Had 2 chances in a row to see how unselfish this ball club is and what makes them such a great team. Bench again with a man on second, going the opposite way.
So it's 1st and 3rd. Doc Ellis, 1 run in. Nobody out. The batter, Geronimo. The Reds have scored first in each of the previous games. They do it again tonight, here in the top of the 2nd. 1-0, Cincinnati. Nobody out. Way outside. Foster's at 3rd, Bench is at 1st. Yankee bullpen gets busy. Johnny Bench comes up with his 5th hit, 5 for 8. 2 balls, no strikes on Geronimo. There is Grant Jackson in the Yankee bullpen, which is now in left center field, right next to what they call Monument Park, as you can see with the plaques. Bench is holding. Line drive. Ooh. 1 hopper to Stanley to Randolph. 1 over to first. Not in time. Stanley was breaking towards the bag. Boston scores.
Bench either gave Stanley a very good decoy. It was a delayed steal, possibly. Caught the ball the wrong side of him. Phil made it a little bit rougher to get rid of the ball and just slowed Stanley down enough.
Those guys can fly if you can't get a double play on a ball hit that hard.
There's the Cincinnati bench. They lead 2-0. 1 man out. Concepcion is the batter. Geronimo 22 for 27 in stolen bases. Big lead. There he goes. Fouled off. There he goes. Foul tip. I tell you, Munson couldn't have got him with the speed count. He had some jump. He had about 5 steps. It's going to be hard to get him with the pitch out with that kind of lead. Pitch out. They should get him. Drops the ball. It's right there. Stanley dropped the ball. The throw was right on the money.
Joe, look at this. Well, we'll show Geronimo first and the good jump he got. They had him as he glanced over his shoulder, but the ball did get away from Stanley, who was there in plenty of time. But Munson, when he threw that ball, was way out in fair territory. Watch him get out.
He had a clear shot. Gives him a good ball to handle, but just doesn't catch it.
I think Munson had so much on that ball it handcuffed Stanley.
Munson wants Gamble to come in right field. 2 strikes.
That'll be a base hit. Geronimo will come around. He'll score. Concepcion gone. Cincinnati leads 3-0.
Good thing Nettles was heads up there, or Concepcion would have been on second. Stanley having a rough night out at shortstop.
And that guy will probably get a bigger lead than you saw Geronimo just get. He gets the biggest lead off first base. This year he didn't steal quite as many bases in the past, but he was hitting 8 in front of the pitcher. He was holding up a lot more, Phil.
Rose single to right his first time up. Cincinnati on in front, 3-0. We're in the top of the 2nd. Ball 1. Yankee dugout, Billy Martin, Yogi Berra, Elston Howard, Dick Hauser. Bouncy ball, Stanley backhands it to Randolph. 1 over first. Double play. And Concepcion may be hurt at second base. Concepcion may be hurt.
The Andreessen hits a high chopper, deflected by Ellis. Safe. There goes the runner. Munson can't find the handle. Foster plugs the gap. And look at Sugar, the busiest man in town. He's even busy when nobody's running. Over Chambliss's head, Randolph makes the play. No, he doesn't. Stanley goes down to one knee, gets one over to first. Safe. Pitch out. They'll get him this time. No, they don't. Concepcion knocks in the third run. He's not even sure what he wants to do. The Yankees finally calm things down with a double play. Randolph staples Concepcion's finger to the ground. Injury is painful, but it's not serious. After the game, Davey said it was a tough way to get a manicure.
Great pivot, and the way he lands on Davey Concepcion's left hand, right there. The trainer, Larry Starr, came out right after this. Could be costly.
Tony, you two fellas were better base runners. How can you protect against that sort of thing?
Ooh, there's no way. He's going in hard, Phil, to break it up.
Strange he had his hands way in back of him. I never slid that way. Maybe you did.
He was protecting his face when he wouldn't get hit from the throw, and then when he hit the ground, his hands went out to break his fall. Seems to be all right.
There he is, Dave Concepcion. Carlos May is the batter. It's a strike.
There's that good straight change. For a young kid, he's got a beauty.
He's in the minor leagues quite a long time.
6 seasons.
6 years.
He had 54 and 52 record. He was a 19th draft choice in 1970, the free agent draft. Perez will race to the bag himself and wins it. 1 out, and it brings up Greg Nettles. Nettles is 1 for 7. He's hit the ball hard, but Perez has made a believer out of Nettles. No. Deep to right field, but it's curving foul. That's his kind of porch out there, Phil.
Oh, it's beautiful for him.
Foul ball. 2-2 pitch. Good slider. If you wanted to know what a slider was, there it was. You could see it at the last minute, break low and inside. Ball 4. Greg Nettles draws the base on balls. That's the first walk given up by Zachry.
With that changeup, 3-2.
Oscar Gamble is 0 for 1 so far in the World Series. Center field, Geronimo is there. 1 out. Nettles heads back to first. 2 outs. I said 1 out. May led off the inning. Perez unassisted. Then the base on balls. Now Gamble. Here's Randolph. Left field. George Foster has plenty of room. Makes the play. So, at the end of 2, it's Cincinnati 3, New York nothing. Fred Stanley leads it off here in the bottom of the 3rd. Yankees trail 3-0. It's a strike. Didn't mean to swing, Zachry. To Perez, and Stanley is out. Pat Zachry Brings up Mickey Rivers, and in comes Pete Rose. Zachry pointing to Perez, saying, I'll get over there if it's over that way. There you see how Rose is in. That was the first, still hitless. I was going to say the first base hit, but it was an error. It was 0 for 10. Strike one.
Looks like he's trying to tap the ball by Rose. Cut down on his swing. He's more of a free swinger, isn't he?
Oh, yes, he is a free. Good high ball hitter, but Rose has got him confused. It's like hitting in Fenway Park. You can see that green monster out of the corner of your eye. And
if they played you in that tight, what would you do?
oh, I'd bluff a butt and just push it by him. You know, just square around, make him come in another step, and then Crissetti showed me, just punch it over his head. And Rivers has the advantage being left-handed, looking right at him.
Look him out. Gonna have to throw him out. He does. So Rivers is out on strikes. That's the second strikeout for Zachry. Chased a bad ball. Brings up Roy White. Nobody on, 2 men out. Cincinnati out in front, 3-0. We're in the bottom of the third. Strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. I tell you, they do. They got some pretty good throwing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes. High, 3-2. He draws a base on balls. That's the second walk given up by Pat Zachry. Nettles to a base on balls in the second. Brings up Thurman Munson, who has the only Yankee hit. Zachry has called time. He wants a tongue depressor to clean his spikes. Munson, the only regular Major League catcher to hit over 300 in 1976. Off the end of the bat, right at Geronimo, makes the play. Had him play perfectly. That ends the inning, so at the end of 3 complete innings, Cincinnati 3, New York nothing.
Ball 1. Seems like the Yankees are always playing from behind in this series. Uh-oh. That is tagged. That is gone. Man, that ball jumped out of here. How easy he made that look. Dan Dreesen.
Can't help but comment. You saw tremendous power, and yet his last time at bat, he beat out an infield hit. It's a tough combination to beat. That youngster, and that's what he is, just hasn't had much of a chance to play, but he's got a lot of tools.
I couldn't believe that one. I thought it would go between the fielders and hit the fence, but
they're talking once again of trading Tony Perez, and this is the guy, Dan Dreesen, as we see that low ball swing. Look at the head down, the arm extension. He really drilled it to right center field, but they say he may be playing regularly next year for Cincinnati.
Here's a guy who says his job is too easy. Cincinnati's designated hitter, Dan Dreesen. He says all you do is sit around and drink coffee while you wait to swing the bat. So he had his coffee, and now he swings the bat. And that makes it 4-0 Cincinnati. It's a lead the Yankees never catch, while the Reds, who didn't want to see this designated hitter rule in the series, are content to give Dreesen his coffee and every possible chance to swing the bat.
he hit 7 during the year playing just part-time. I read where he's very unhappy, because he could play regularly for almost any other club but this Red Machine. George Foster, who creamed one to deep right center for a double. With Cincinnati leading 4-0 here in the top of the 4th, nobody out. Foster also scored in the second inning.
Very deliberate, George Foster. He wants everything to be just right before he steps in. He irritates a lot of pitchers by doing this.
And a broken back grounder. Nice play, Randolph. And they get him on a beautiful play by Willie Randolph. He didn't get all of that ball, Tony.
He got sawed off. I believe he broke his bat. One of those tailing fastballs. You'll see it again. The ball got in on him. Doc really sunk one in on his hands. This kid really plays a great defensive second base. He made a play in the playoffs, diving to his left to get a Kansas City runner. Look at the strong throw. Boy, that is a close call.
Well, you can't hold that ball with any of these Reds running. Johnny Bench, who had an infield hit. The kid's going for the souvenir. Yankees give him away here. There's no reason to jump out. But action in the bullpen, Tony.
Tidrow and Jackson. Jackson, the left-hander. Tidrow, your right in your screen.
And Bench going the opposite field. See if he tries for two. Nope. Makes the turn and holds on. That Bench getting to be a smart hitter, Joe.
And he is. He's now 6 for 9 in this series, and it brings Billy Martin out of there. Remember in the World Series against the Red Sox when he came up in that tough spot? They kept pitching him outside. He hit the ball to right field and came in on Concepcion's base hit.
Yep.
It's a good ball club. They're well drilled. They're disciplined. Grant Jackson looks like he's going to be coming in.
He has done a job for the Yankees all year. All right, there's Grant Jackson. Won 7-1 on the year. 2.54 earned run average. And for the Yankees, he was 6-0 as he pitches to Geronimo. Ball one. Geronimo bounced into a forced play, stole a base, and scored a run in the second. The Reds leading 4-0 here in the top of the fourth inning. One man out. And they got him picked off. And Chambliss throws to Stanley, who tags Bench. So a good move by Jackson. Picks off Johnny Bench. That's 1-3-6.
He gave him 2 throws. The first time he didn't give him his real good move, and then he came up with another one. They had a hit and run on. Sparky says it's a run and hit. He said, all my guys up there, I don't want to take the bats out of their hands. So when I start him, man, he's trying to steal a base all the way.
And line to right. Gamble right there. Makes the catch. So the Reds pick up a run on the home run, and the score at the end of 3.5 innings, the Reds 4 and the Yankees. The Reds lead 4-0 in the bottom of the fourth. That's Zachry on the mound. Up the middle is a base hit. Just under the glove of Zachry. And you saw Geronimo throw back to first base. That's just the second hit for the Yankees. Carlos May, the batter. Ball one. 1-1. He doesn't give up too many. Chris Chambliss red hot. He hit safely in the last 9 games of the regular season, the 5 playoff games, and now the 3 series games. Foul back, a ball and 2 strikes. Oh, he got him on that. He pulled the string on that one.
He has a good one, doesn't he? He feels that's what made him a successful big league pitcher after spending 6 years in the minor leagues. He learned how to change speeds.
A lot of determination. Here's Nettles, who walked his first time up. 1 out. Reds in front, 4-0, bottom of the fourth. Ball one. 2-0. Upstairs, out of play. 2-1. It's got to throw the hitter off.
It does, because he's very deliberate when he comes down and you're watching all of a sudden, and he makes you speed up when you come up to hit.
That makes that change so much more effective. 3 balls and a strike.
Tom Brokaw's here. Chevy Chase is here, but he's got 3 days to sleep. He does Saturday night, so he doesn't have to get up early.
Ball 4, Nettles is on.
I want to see Chevy fall off the upper deck. I saw him fall in that wheelchair this weekend.
I've seen him take some great flops on TV. Oh, who's coming out?
Larry Shepard.
This is the first time the Yankees have had 2 men on base in any inning, so. All right, Oscar Gamble, who hit most of his home runs right here at Yankee Stadium this year. Oh, just hit the corner. A little high, 1-1.
Reaching back as we look at Billy Martin, but Zachry reaching back now for a little bit extra, trying to get the fly ball at center field. Very spacious out that way. The good pitchers who came here could always do that. In the clutch, Whitey was a great example of it.
Just missed, 2-1. man, he had his
wasn't it,
pitch.
Phil?
That was it. Look at Gamble. Oh, he knew it.
Oh, boy.
You know, when you talk to those good hitters, they always say that every time at bat, they get at least one good pitch. They hit it. The mediocre hitter fouls it off. The bad hitter takes it. He says, that was my pitch.
All right, Chambliss at second. Nettles at first with 1 out. Marky Anderson never looks troubled. Checks there's that off-speed pitch again.
He's throwing a lot of them.
Let's try to rip that to left field. Fouled it off. 2-2. Look in from the right field line.
Interesting, too, that they would call that many changeups to the left-handed hitters here, Phil, because it's not a pitch that many pitchers throw coming in there, haven't in the past. You got to have a good one. You don't want them to pull that ball to the short course.
One line, that'll be a base hit to center. And Chambliss will score. The throw to the plate. Boy, that was a good one, but cut off by Perez, and it's a 4-1 ball game. Stopping at second was Nettles, and Oscar Gamble gets the Yankees on the scoreboard. And Chambliss being greeted by the Yankees.
Still nobody up for Cincinnati. Now there's some stirring. Telephone call went down. Reds bullpen is going to start getting hot. Pedro Borbon with the jacket off quickly. Will McEnany, 37. Borbon and McEnany.
Willie Randolph. Willie flied to left his first time up, and now time is called. Who is it? Elrod Hendrick coming in from the bullpen, and looks like he might bat for Fred Stanley. Popped him up. And Johnny Bench. Got room? Oh, he's got it.
Yeah, he did something there, Joe, that shows how good he is. He looked away twice or 3 times to see how close he was to the stands.
He did it 3 times.
Picked up the ball again. Oh.
Watch him just find the stands. There he goes once. Knows exactly where he is.
Something.
As soon as the ball went up, he flipped his mask off, held it in his right hand, found the ball. And Sparky Anderson gives himself a little massage. And then, as he found the ball, Bench going towards that stands, just kept gauging himself. Just, you want to teach a kid how to catch a foul ball, you would just take that picture right there and say, do that.
So we always talk about his mechanics, blocking balls and throwing the bases, picking off. And you rarely see a Cincinnati pitcher shake him off. He sat before this series with Ray Shaw and Rex Bowen, the 2 scouts. And they tell me they had to say it one time to John how to pitch these guys and what to do, and he's got it ingrained.
Well, there's Elrod checking his lumber. Got 4 homers and 9 runs batted in for the Yankees.
Tony, I thought it was interesting when you talked to the Cincinnati Reds. Johnny Bench was the only guy that's seen Yankee Stadium before, and he did a commercial. The modern-day ball player scouted the ballpark by doing a commercial.
All right, 2 out. The Reds lead 4-1 in the bottom of the 4th. Ball 1. That's Nettles at second. And Gamble over at first. Elrod's a happy ball player, Tony. He loves this game. Up, high fly. Forster in left field. Makes the catch. The Yankees pick up a run, and the score at the end of 4, the Reds 4 and the Yankees 1. Pitching to Dave Concepcion, and it's strike 1. There is Jim Mason, the new Yankee shortstop, took over for Fred Stanley, who went out for a pinch hitter. 1-1. Willie Randolph at second base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, he couldn't check his swing. So Jackson picks up a strikeout.
He just blew the ball by him, a tailing fastball way out of the strike zone. He may have been guessing.
Yeah, I think so. He set him up with
breaking ball.
3 breaking pitches. All right, here's Pete Rose. First time we see him batting right-handed. Singled and hit into a double play, batting left-handed. Strike one. That was Pete's first hit of the series. He's now 1 for 8. And bounces one in front of the plate. Munson. He's great on that. Easy play for Thurman. It was interesting reading what Thurman had to say about Johnny Bench. First time that I've ever heard Munson be in awe of anyone.
Well, I tell you, and I say this with great respect, he's got a lot of tools, but if he was in Carlton Fisk's body, he just doesn't look the part. Jim Hegan looked like a
Right,
catcher.
right.
I didn't look like Did Yogi look like a
No,
catcher?
no way.
BG said he didn't look like a sailor in a sailor suit.
High fly to left field. Roy White will make the catch off Ken Griffey. An easy inning for Grant Jackson. 3 up, 3 down at the end of 4 1/2. The Reds 4 and the Yankees 1. Mickey Rivers to lead it off for the Yankees. Mick has been hitless in this series. He's gone 0 for 11. Reached on an error his first time up and picked off first base and struck out his second time up. Reds lead 4-1 in the bottom of the 5th. And there's Rose in at third again. Foul back strike.
One of the first good cuts he's had in this series so far.
And there's a base hit. Oh, is he? Yeah. Well, I better wait. These Reds, I didn't think he had a chance to get that close to it. Mickey just blooped one. That time he went with the pitch, didn't hit it hard.
Ball barely makes the outfield grass. Davey Concepcion, look where he's playing. He's playing almost as if he were going to make a play at home plate. Not hit well. A good changeup. A good attempt by Davey. What a fine shot by that left center field camera. Just out of his reach. But it's a start for the Yankees.
Top of the 5th, Rivers checks his man Rose. He's still there. This time Rivers hits a nice little parachute. Ball lands, doesn't even bend the grass. It's a good start because the Yankees need runs.
Oh, nice polite fly ball. Didn't even bend the grass.
All right, Roy White has popped to third and walked. Nobody out. Low ball 1. 2-0. Ball 3, 3-0. Well, Morgan comes in. And we pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
KGW-TV, Channel 8, Portland.
And that's ball 4, and the second time White has walked. And the 4th walk given up. He's walked White twice and Nettles twice. And here's the man the Yankees like to see coming up, Rocky Anderson.
Shepard behind him. They have a left-hander going in the bullpen. Munson, of course, a right-handed hitter. Then come 1, 2, 3, 4 left-handed hitters in a row. He'll face Munson. If he gives them trouble, he'll probably go to McEnany. He should be loose.
All right, that's Rivers standing at second. Munson has singled and lined out to center field.
The Yankees have had the right guy up there many times in the first 3 games, but he can't seem to get a game buster.
Yes, that one big hit. And there's one line to Perez. Double play. How do you like that? Just what we're talking about. Perez playing real wide of the bag. Normally a base hit for Munson, a double play.
They keep on doing it. The defense has not gotten a whole lot of credit for winning ball games. Or this is the kind of play, these kind of plays they make that keep you in a ball game. Take opposition teams out of possible big innings.
And Rivers was quick out there, gets nailed. Kind of crawled back in that time. It's not a good slide.
Got to make the ball go through the infield when you're behind. You got to make sure. You can't get double off, and he did.
There's that good change. Chambliss has struck out and singled and scored the Yankee only run in the 4th inning.
a caption to that last play. When they get the ball, they know what to do with it. Perez knew exactly what to do. He didn't run the first. He threw it to Concepcion.
1-1. Foul back. Struck him out, pulling the string again. So the score at the end of 5 full innings. The Reds 4 and the Yankees 1.
After White walks, Morgan comes in to tell Zachry to be careful. He knows that. Munson's the batter. Munson's a guy who could hit a line drive on Christmas Eve. He hits a line drive, but it's right to Tony Perez. Fires the second. Rivers is out. Rivers is having one of those nights. Double play, the end of a big inning.
Low ball 1. And it's Joe Morgan who's 0 for 2. Grant Jackson. 2-0. There's a good pitch. 2-1. 2-2. Got him. Struck him out.
He's going to argue.
He sure is. I don't think he swung. He might have tipped the ball. He jammed him with that pitch. Morgan's eyes are very expressive.
So were his lips. Did you call me out? Then he started mumbling.
Here it is. I don't think Billy Williams, the home plate umpire, looked for help at all.
Oh, he
yeah,
did.
Joe, you did.
Can't fool that slow motion camera. Ball 1 to Perez. He's popped to second and struck out. 2-0. I guess that's what makes this club so tough. Perez killed the Yankees in the first 2 games. They've got Morgan and Perez out tonight, but the other guys are doing it. Now off the glove. And Jackson will get him. Throws him out.
Talk about nonchalant. Did he play that ball nonchalant?
He sure
like
did.
He was picking cherries.
I think it was a little bit of self-defense. That luckily he was a left-handed pitcher. He had a couple words, kidding words for Tony. I think they played some winter baseball together.
All right, 2 out. And here's Dreesen, who's 2 for 2. An infield hit and a long home run into the bleachers.
We call this guy the Cobra. Watch the way he coils into the stance. He's not crouching quite as much as you. There he goes. But he can let it all out, as we saw earlier.
As we did.
That statistic was kind of revealing, wasn't it? Designated hitter Cincinnati hitting 400. New York 125.
Oh, Rivers misplayed that one.
Hey, should get him.
Going into second, he's safe. And Mickey Rivers did not hustle after that one in both instances.
Phil, could he have been fooled by the lights? He looked like he might have broken back again. He did that once before, then outran his mistake right there. He hesitated, didn't know what to do. The boy Dreesen just keeps on going. Now the weak throwing arm, they take advantage of it again.
Dreesen broke his bat on that ball, but he never hesitated. Look at him.
Look at this slide. He'll start standing up before he actually hits the base. A lot of times that can deceive an umpire. Not this time, though. He had it beat legitimately. Oh, Sparky said it. Before the series started, his scouting report said, take all the time you can or advantage you can of those outfield arms, and they've been doing it.
I think you're right, Joe. When he broke the bat, Rivers took that one step back. He thought it was going to be hit harder than it was. So he's 3 for 3, a single, a double, and a homer. For Mr. Dreesen, here's Foster, who has doubled and bounced to second. And Oscar Gamble and Willie Randolph. And Gamble, whoa, man, he had to come a long ways for that one. Nothing across, and at the end of 5 1/2, it's the Cincinnati Reds 4 and the New York Yankees 1. Yeah, what you say, New York is still a wonderful place. All right, the Yankees have had 2 excellent scoring opportunities in the 4th and 5th, came away with just 1 run. Yet they're still not out of the ball game. They trail 4-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Carlos May, Greg Nettles, and Oscar Gamble. Carlos bounced to first and struck out. Straight away center field, and Geronimo puts it away, 1 out.
The way he's pitching so far, looks like he's pitching this park all his life. Keeps the ball away. If they hit the ball well, big part of the ballpark.
That's right, he hasn't let anyone really pull it. All right, Nettles been a bat twice. Not officially, he's walked both times. And that one is going to curve foul, but he really creamed it up a deck. Pulled the string again, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
0-2. Got him again.
Well, changeups, weren't they? With those 3, Joe?
Looked like he took something off a breaking ball is what it looked like from here, Tony, like he was going to waste it out of the strike zone.
He's allowed 4 hits. He's walked 4, and he struck out 4. Struck out 5, Joe. Struck out 5. You're right. Cut him.
Can't slip a thing past no local unit back there, Alan Roth.
Oscar Gamble is line to center, single to center. He has driven in the 1 Yankee run back in the 4th. Didn't quite get it. Morgan back, and Griffey in, and Morgan calls. Grabs it with that little glove. Yankees are down in order, and at the end of 6, it's the Reds 4 and the Yankees 1.
Johnny Bench, who's had a red-hot series. Low curveball. Ball 1. Cincinnati 4. Yankees 1. We're in the top of the 7th. Game 3. 2 balls, no strikes.
That's what's doing it right there. Remember Yogi used to hold the bat right there? That's what he's starting to do to get ready. Pointing the bat and bringing it back slowly.
Fouls it out of play.
Not getting in a frozen position, Joe, where he gets tense. There's Geronimo. Watch John. Right there.
Three balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the 7th, 4-1, Cincinnati. Pulled out of play. Seems like all the good hitters do something. All the good athletes. Jack Nicklaus turns his head a little bit before he goes into his...
What did you do?
He's laughing. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on, nobody out.
You had a great World Series. What are you laughing at, Bill?
I just read that in the notes here. 4 hits in 1 game.
He hits, too.
What a play! That's a Bill Lee around.
That's one of those plays that only the coach and Lewis
Oh, boy. I don't know, miracle. Fans could see that. Look at Scherger. He's amazed it could happen also. Look at Bench. Caught it behind his back.
Grant Jackson followed through and just said, here's my glove, and there was the ball. Geronimo. 1 ball, no strikes on Geronimo. He scored a run in the 2nd inning. 1-1.
All right, you tell us, fans, do you believe this? Just watch it. This is an amazing play. Look at that.
Can I see that again?
You're going to work on it? It's too late for you.
That was unreal. Watch it. Two balls and 2 strikes. Him out. Fastball. Geronimo is out on strikes. That's the 3rd strikeout for Grant Jackson. Brings up Dave Concepcion. Single to drive in a run in the 2nd, was out on strikes in the 5th. Cincinnati 4, Yankees 1. We're in the top of the 7th. Game number 3. Cincinnati won the first game 5-1, the second one 4-3. Ball 1. There's a rare shot of Chevy Chase sitting down. Usually he's falling down. High fly ball, center field. Mickey Rivers has plenty of room. 1-2-3 for Cincinnati in the 7th. We go to the bottom half of the 7th. Cincinnati 4, New York 1.
2 in 1 game. Beautiful.
A great moment in World Series history. Now at the bottom of the 7th. Yankees trail 4-1.
Strike. Bar Rose is up at third base on Randolph. Not quite as he does on Rivers, but he's daring Willie to hit it by him.
One ball, one strike. There's a shot of Rose in on the grass. Jammed him.
Having self-defense almost.
Sure was. Phil, we've been impressed with the way he turns the double play and his speed. He looks like he's got a little pop in his bat, too.
Oh, yes. Early in the year before he was hurt, he really whipping that bat.
Foul into the Yankee dugout. The count remains at 1-2. You know, as you look at Zachry on the mound, Mark Fidrich of Detroit, who talks to the ball, Zachry, I believe, talks to, just doesn't move his lips. His concentration is great. Look him out. He just, before he delivers, he looks at the ball and he's thinking what he's going to do and does it. That's his 6th strikeout.
The average is almost 7 a game during the regular year.
Big 6-footer, 6'5", 175 pounds, which gives you the idea that he's throwing downhill. Ties his shoe as Jim Mason is up there, and Concepcion comes in to talk to him. I love it when you infielders go out, nothing going on, and you just go out there and say, come on, get the ball open. Well hit to right field. That ball's a home run.
We've been looking for the long ball, the man you least expect, and this has got to do a lot for this kid's morale. He has been booed all year. He's had a tough year, and he really creamed that one.
Watch that Yankee bench. He woke him up. Mason came on after Stanley was pinch hit for by Elrod Hendricks.
Given up. You can see by the reaction. One of the few pitches he's thrown inside to anybody, allowing them to pull it, and I guess he didn't figure Stanley, or rather Mason, had the power to jolt the ball that way.
Yankee reserve shortstop Jim Mason got only one chance to swing a bat in the series, but he made the most of it with a line drive home run in the 7th. It made the score 4-2. Mason had only one home run all year, and you can tell it, man. He's running the bases in overdrive. Watch him in the dugout. He's going to shake everybody's hand.
That'll make his year. He went through an awful lot this year, Mason.
You think he's exciting?
Oh.
When you don't hit many home runs, you don't even know how to run around after you hit a home run. He came around much too fast.
Ken Griffey knew it. Here's a shot of him out in right field. He starts after it, and that's it.
Mason had one home run all year. He's just made it a 4-2 ball game. Three balls, no strikes. What a shot. There you see Rivers and Rose.
Not only is Pete playing him in, he's playing right on the line, so if he does drop a bunt that way, he'll have a better angle, Phil. Won't be going away from the first base bag. Pete's been sick. He was out here at the ballpark at 1:30 today. He's had the flu. He isn't going to get out for anything.
Oh, no.
He just hopes it doesn't spread to the rest of the club. Will McEnany starts throwing for Cincinnati.
4-2, Cincinnati leading. Shot of Rivers and Rose. Ball four, draws the walk.
Zachry and Betts both thought they had the pitch. Pat is disgusted. Rivers went over the plate. He might have blocked the home plate umpire's view.
It could look like it cut the plate in half.
Brings up Roy White, Sparky Anderson, and the Cincinnati bench. Billy Martin whooping it up for his club. 9 runs at the plate. 4-2 to score. Cincinnati leading. One man out. Right. Rivers a lead. He gets picked off this time, Phil. I want you to cover the action at first base when Martin gets out there.
No, I don't like the sight of blood.
Didn't mean to swing. Right to Pete Rose. One. That's all they'll get.
Good play by Morgan.
Brings up Thurman Munson. Munson is 1 for 3. Line drive, base hit, right field. White has to stop at second.
Here comes Sparky. That may be it. McEnany should be loose. This is one of the guys they fear as much as anyone. Chris Chambliss, they saw what he did in the playoffs.
Once again, no National League pitcher's been able to pitch a World Series complete game since Steve Blass of the Pirates did in that final game of 1971. Pirates against the Orioles. National League teams have now gone 28 games in a row with no complete game. And here's the situation. Morgan finishes his conversation. Chambliss is the batter. Base runners at first and second. White is at second base. Munson is at first. There are 2 outs. Cincinnati leading 4-2, bottom of the 7th. Ball 1.
Yankees once again have a guy up there they like to have in this spot with a man on. Tying run at first.
Bouncing ball to Perez. Flips to McEnany, and that ends the inning. Chambliss is out, Perez to McEnany. So at the end of 7, Cincinnati 4, New York 2.
There's Pete. He looked like he got a breaking ball. Wasn't it, Joe? Did you say curveball? I guess it is. There it is. A hanger.
And Tony, it was interesting. Before the inning started, Sparky Anderson spoke to Pete Rose and then called Griffey over and spoke to him. So you almost have to believe as Rivers gets the ball back in, they might be putting a play on, which would be a hit-and-run play, if anything. Quick throw to first.
I thought he had him, Joe.
That was one of those plays that Munson just ad-libbed.
Watch the tag by Chambliss. Had a little bit of trouble. You look at Pete. He's caught leaning right there. Good slide by Pete away from the tag. Sneak that arm right in there.
All he gave him was the fingernails. Now you see him leaning because he missed the bunt. Now watch it. Base hit right field. Pete Rose is rounding second. He's going to try for third. And here's what he talks about. He steals on the outfielders, and what a head-first slide he put on. Tony, there was no way he should have gone from first to third, and he was determined they were going to throw him out. That ball was not hit that deep.
Here's what made it. Right there, he's not going back. He knows where his outfield's playing. He's not looking for a coach. He cut the base well with the inside foot. Watch the trademark, the patented head-first slide. Charlie Hustle, there's why.
It almost looks like an old film clip. He does that every year. All-Star Game, World Series.
The amazing thing to me, Joe, as hard as he has played throughout his career, he rarely misses ball games. He doesn't get hurt.
And right now, it's first and third. Nobody out. Morgan, Perez, and Dreesen the batters. Infield has to come in. Grant Jackson in deep trouble. It's a fair ball. Extra bases. Griffey can fly. Gambles up. Morgan goes into second. And Griffey holds at third. It's a double. And here comes Billy Martin. 5-2. Cincinnati leading second and third. Nobody out. 1 run in.
Billy has Tidrow and Lyle throwing in his bullpen. Left-hander, number 28, Sparky Lyle, and then Dick Tidrow.
1 ball and 1 strike. Perez, infield in, nobody out. 5-2, Cincinnati leading. Top of the 8th. One ball, 2 strikes. For Tidrow, this is his first World Series game.
He's 4-5 on the season, 2.63 earned run average. He was in 47 games. Bouncing ball, Mason. And they got Griffey hung up. And that's what they were talking about. Safe at third, and they still got Griffey. And you know what? They're going to end up at second and third with all of that, and they handle the ball. That's what Morgan was talking about, Tony.
Yeah, there's something.
Almost, the Yankees almost made a brilliant play as we look at it again.
Just missed the tag down at third base. That was the speed of Morgan sneaking in there. Made him handle the ball a few too many times. That's a shot right there where Munson goes all the way up the line and chases him down. You can put the tag on him, but while this is all going on, Perez, even though he doesn't have speed, right on into second base. They have an interesting theory with the man on third and nobody else. A lot of coaches will say, hold up, make sure it's through, or get a fly ball. With their speed, they take off even with nobody out from third base.
Sure, every time you handle the ball, you might throw it away.
They're going to put Dreesen on, who's 3 for 3 on the night. Well, what they did was pick up the percentage. The ball was handled 4 times. It went 6-2, 5-2, and they ended up with base runners at second and third, just like they started, and picked up the percentage. So the bases will be loaded. 1 man out, and George Foster, the Major League RBI man, with 121, will be the batter. Deep to left field, Roy White. He does not get it. Morgan scores. And Perez holds. The bases are loaded. 6-2.
Now, that is unusual. That ball really did sink, Tony. Roy White is an excellent left fielder, but this ball really dips down. He really hit it. Well, watch White, because he is one of the best left fielders in the game. Now watch it sink.
Here's another angle of Roy. Feared he was going to get it, but Phil, you said it was hit so darn hard with that overspin. The ball just sunk and dove right at the last on Roy.
And here is Johnny Bench. Bouncing ball to Nettles. He steps on third. 1 out. Long throw is in time. Double play. So that ends the inning, but the scores, we go to the bottom of the 8th. Cincinnati 6, New York 2. Carlos May, Greg Nettles, and Oscar Gamble. Beautiful shot. May is 0 for 3. He is the designated hitter. 455 for Cincinnati. He does go to the opposite field, but it's a one-hopper to Concepcion. Gets him. 1 out. Brings up Greg Nettles. He walked in the second, walked in the fourth, was out on strikes in the 6th. Well hit to right field, but it's drifting foul. Nettles, long enough, but not straight enough. Well hit. Morgan off his knee. And Nettles runs into McEnany as he heads for second. He'll stop at second. See how they roll it.
Here's Morgan. The ball not hopping as truly on this stuff as it does an artificial surface. He's usually very steady. Takes a lot of pride in the way he's worked on his defense. When he was at Houston, a lot of people said he wasn't a good defensive second baseman. He worked very hard at it.
It's an error on Joe Morgan and brings up Lou Piniella as a pinch hitter.
Red led the National League in fielding.
Well, he's got to be a good fielder with as small a glove as he uses, Tony, to be catch all those balls.
Piniella pinch hitting for Oscar Gamble. Pinch hitter's at 297, as you can see. Bouncing ball to Concepcion. Piniella is out. Nettles moves to third. 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th, Cincinnati leading 6-2. Willie Randolph
who flied to left in the second, fouled out to the catcher, and was out on strikes in the 7th inning. 0 for 3. Fly ball left field. Foster going back. Got a good jump on it and makes the play. Nice running catch by George Foster. Ball was well hit. But there it is in left center field. And there's a familiar scene. 42nd and Broadway, New York City. Is 6-2 Cincinnati.
Phil, you've got to be impressed by the speed on the base pass of Cincinnati, but here's where they cut off a lot of base hits, and he just looked after that ball and got all the way.
No, he was very shallow and went a long ways and made it look easy.
Top of the 9th, Cesar Geronimo, Concepcion, and Pete Rose. Cincinnati out in front by 4. 6-2 is the score. 0-1. New right fielder is Lou Piniella. He came on the pinch hit for Gamble and stays in the game. That'll be out of play. 2 balls, 1 strike. Base hit left field. Geronimo singles to left as Roy White gets the ball back in. 13 base hits for the Cincinnati Reds. The Reds on the year, a super road club. They won 53, lost 28. Not too shabby at home. They were 49 and 32. Here's Concepcion. He's 1 for 3. Geronimo a good lead. You can't take anything for granted. Right at Nettles. 1 out. Double play. They turned it over around the horn. 5-4-3. So they're 2 away. It brings up Pete Rose. Looking ahead, the bottom of the 9th inning, it'll be Mason, Rivers, and White for the Yankees. Strike 1. Down the left field line, out of play. Strike 2. Rose is out on strikes. That ends the 9th inning. 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Cincinnati 6, New York 2. The coming weekend, next Saturday, it'll be baseball and tennis. If no baseball, the tennis will be there. Billie Jean King, Chris Everett, and Virginia Wade, just some of the top professionals in the Colgate inaugural. It'll be from Mission Hills Country Club in Palm Springs, 4 o'clock Eastern time. And on Sunday, if we have baseball, it'll be the big game, of course, the World Series number 7. And it'll be football. If no baseball, it'll be a football doubleheader. All begins with grandstand. So check your local listings, but at any rate, big sports weekend as we look at Otto Velez. Pinch hitting for Jim Mason. Yankees trail by 4. Strike 2. Took something off the pitch. A change of pace. Will McEnany. Velez is 0 for 1 in the series. He struck out in the first game as a pinch hitter. Struck him out. Velez is out on strikes. Yankee batters have gone down on strikes 7 times tonight. Here is Mickey Rivers. Rivers had his first base hit of the series in the 5th inning. He walked in the 7th. He is 1 for 3. Strike 1.
1 for 13 in the World Series. The Reds knew they had to keep him off base. They've done so. The Yankees haven't had a chance to get anything going.
There's a base hit. Rivers gets his 2nd base hit of the night. He's on at first, and it brings up Roy White. Popped up, maybe playable. Perez near the dugout. He's going to have a play. Makes it.
Look at that. Even with that kind of lead, look where Johnny Bench was. Way down in front of the dugout in case something happened to Perez. He was there to help out. You've got to have a lot of pride in your job to do something like that when you've got a 4-run lead.
Yes, it all comes automatic, Tony, when you're doing everything right.
Well, I don't have to tell you fellas, when you get near the dugout, you're looking for a lot of help, and that's what Bench was hollering. A lot of room, a lot of room. Here is Munson, who singled to center field in the 1st inning, flied to center, bounced out in the 5th, and singled to right in the 7th.
Base hit, right field. Munson keeps it alive for the Yankees. Rivers stops at second. The third base hit for Thurman Munson. And that brings up Chris Chambliss. Ball one. Will McEnany. Something out in the outfield. Griffey is walking over towards center field.
Not sure, Joe, but I think someone has been throwing something maybe out of the upper deck. Sparky Anderson said, if it happens and one of my players gets hit, Griffey might have, so I'll jerk my team off the field.
Griffey had indicated something whizzed by his ear. Bruce Fremming, the umpire. Fly ball left field. This should do it. Foster's waiting. Makes the catch. That's it. Cincinnati wins game number 3. The final score, 6-2. 6-13-2 for Cincinnati. 2-8-0 for the New York Yankees. For the Cincinnati Reds, it was their 6th postseason win in a row this year. The winner is Zachry, the first rookie starter to win a game since Gary Gentry of the Mets did it. And the loser is Doc Ellis. Amazing enough, the Cincinnati Reds have held the New York Yankees to a total of 6 runs. The Reds have scored 15. Not much more you can add, guys. When you look at that box score, that pretty much says it all.
No, I tell you, the Reds did everything right again tonight. And the Yankees, who needed just one hit here and there, just couldn't pick it up.
Tony?
Very simply, Joe, the Yankees just have never faced a team like this in the American League. This is the best team in baseball. The Yankees might still come back. It's so improbable with a great team the Cincinnati Reds have. But they're the best in baseball, and everybody knows it. It'd be a big upset if the Yankees could have won this thing, or now even worse if they can come back. It's going to be a real problem for them.
Do you see any chink in the armor at all, Phil? Because you always find
Cincinnati,
a silver lining.
no. I thought the pitching was suspect, but the 3 pitches I've seen so far have showed me quite a bit.
The only thing you wondered about is why they keep talking about their bad pitching, huh?
That's right.
I think it's interesting. Pat Zachry, the winning pitcher, he was asked at the press conference today, does it mean anything special to you pitching in Yankee Stadium? Did you, as a child, on my team, went in the yard and played? I pretended I was a Yankee. My dream, and what has he got to win in Yankee Stadium?
He's got the dream. There it is. The final score, Cincinnati 6, New York 2. And this is Joe Garagiola saying goodbye for Phil Rizzuto and Tony Kubek from the new Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Game 3 of the 1976 World Series has been brought to you by Chrysler Corporation and your Dodge dealer, who invite you to buy or lease the unbelievable 77 Dodge Aspen. And by Gillette, makers of Good News, the new all one-piece twin-blade disposable razor. And by Light Beer, everything you always wanted in a beer and less. There is Pat Zachry, the rookie, who was the starting pitcher. Gary Nolan is the top pitcher. As far as victories, he won 15 for him. He'll be the pitcher tomorrow as we look at some of the shots of this great Cincinnati ball club who defeated the New York Yankees in Game 3 by the score of 6-2. Zachry was the winning pitcher. The losing pitcher was Doc Ellis. So the Yankees are down now 3-0. It'll be Nolan against Figueroa and World Series Game 4 from New York tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, preceded by the baseball world of Joe Garagiola beginning at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, right here on NBC.